Next level. Next level.
What's good, YouTube? How you guys doing today? It is Mark from NxtLvLTech, and we are at another Feel Good Friday. So it's just another kickback live stream, and I'm just sharing some thoughts that I have that's kicking around in my head. We'll see if you guys enjoy them. If not, that's cool, but it is what it is. A lot of people have been saying they've been enjoying somewhat of the financial talks that I've been doing. I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not going to say it's financial advice. I'm just sharing thoughts that I have in regards to my own life, where I'd like to see it going, and kind of how I want to get there. So some of the things that I'm doing in my life, some of the changes that I'm making in my life to get to my next level. So why don't we kick this off and say, have you guys made any changes this year in order to get to your next level? And what is your next level? What's up? How you guys doing? I see Mike C. What's up, Red Lantern? I'm sorry to hear that your channel got taken down. I'm not even sure what that was about. That's some crazy stuff because, I mean, you weren't really posting too many videos on there. Wasn't really like you did a lot of live streams too. So I'm not sure what happened. I'm sorry to hear about your channel. He has a new channel now. Dubar, what's good? Country Swag. Paul Briggs, always at work, man. The one. Yep. What is sleep? Streaming Wizard, what's good? Grunt Streams, how you doing, man? So just kicking it off. So the last, let's say the 2 live streams ago, I gave you guys some suggestions in regards to post-it notes. Last week, I challenged you guys to, what's up, Roger? I challenged you guys to make the same kind of struggles that you guys put forth in regards to your bills into your future and into paying yourself first, into getting yourself to the next level, right? One of the reasons that I know it sounds kind of cheesy or tacky, but one of the reasons I really enjoy my name or being called Next Level is because I don't ever want to stay stagnant. There's always room for improvement, no matter what there is in tech, in your life, in your goals, whatever it is, there's always room for improvement. And no matter what it is you're dealing with, there's always a creative way to kind of push past that bar. So just using creativity to kind of figure out how you get yourself out of the everyday cycle. The other day, I know I torture my son every day on the drives home. So the other day I was having a conversation with him again. I swear these streams are going to start off every day with, I was talking to my son on the drive home, but I asked my son, and the question is going to be the same for you guys. I want you guys to answer this question. Do you guys, and this is what I asked my son, do you guys think $1 million is a lot of money? And I'm going to give it a few minutes, not minutes, but I'll give it about a minute. You guys can answer. Do you guys think $1 million is a lot of money? Right? And I'm going to give it a few seconds for you guys to answer. I'm going to catch up in the chat, and then I'm going to address that. And I'll tell you how I had this conversation with my son. Obviously, it was very one-sided because I do most of the talking, but it is what it is. So the one says he started spending $1 more on better toilet paper. I'm not even commenting on that. Yo, the chat just jumped. Let's see. What's up, Uno Nice? Happy Friday. Waiting for that $1,400 stimmy. Yeah. Dennis, what's up? Some people say yes. Some people say no. It's interesting to hear, like, for instance, the one says no because it's not your money when you end up giving it to family and helping them out. Now, that's your own prerogative. If you choose, whatever you choose to do with your money, that's up to you, right? But think about it this way. When we are ready to retire, right? Is the retirement age still 65? Is it possible to retire at 65 anymore? We have things like pensions and, government plans for retirements that are slowly dwindling away. And most people, more and more people actually, are living paycheck to paycheck. So is it going to be possible at 65 to retire with less money than $1 million? And it depends on how you live your life. I don't think that $1 million is going to be enough to carry you for the rest of your life when you stop working. When we look at real estate these days, the average home in the city I live in is close to $1 million. That's Canadian. I know that's not American, but $1 million really isn't that much money anymore, not compared to what it used to. And by the time we're ready to retire, some of us, if we're around the same age as that I am, we're looking at, roughly about 30 years. And 30 years, when we account for inflation, when we account for things going up, taxes getting higher, $1 million isn't the same $1 million that we have today, right? And it's more crucial than ever to actually start preparing for when you need to retire. I know this is kind of a boring stream. I'm talking about retirement. It's not too exciting. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. It's something that I've been thinking about lately. See, Dubar says he's going to retire in 10 years. He'll be 70 then. And I do hope that your retirement goes smoothly and that you're able to retire before that you hit 70, right? But if we think about inflation, if we think about, what $100,000 could have bought us 10, 15, 20 years ago compared to what $100,000 gets us now, it's not the same at all. Everything has gone up, prices has gone up, taxes has gone up. But because of inflation, our wages hasn't really matched inflation itself. So are we able to keep up with inflation in order to match where we want to be when we're ready to retire? Okay, so Paul Brick says the UK is 67. Whatever. I'll give it take 5 years, 10 years, whatever you want it to be. And exactly, 1 million is a lot, but if it's not spent wisely, it will be gone before you can quit your day job. And that's 100% true. It's crazy to think about the money that we see and we don't even, the money that goes through our hands that we don't even realize. If the average person is making $30,000 a year for 20 years, that's $600,000. Now, most people make more than $30,000. I don't think that's the mean or the average, depending on the country that you're in and the currency you're dealing with. But for the average person making $30,000 for 20 years, let's say they make that when they're 30 and they go until they're 50, that's already over $500,000. Where did that $500,000 go? Were you able to save any of it? Were you able to put it aside? Were you able to invest it and let it grow for you? Did you make it work for you? Did you apply it to anything that meant something to you? And these are all questions. Maybe I'm going through a midlife crisis. I have no idea. But these are all questions that I'm asking myself this year more than ever. I think as time goes on, we're seeing more and more things that are questionable when it comes to politics and governments and policies and procedures and banking and currency and everything that's around us, the cycle with work, with everything. And at the end of the day, it's more crucial for us to actually look at, well, if nobody gives a crap about me, does that mean that I don't either? We have to start paying attention to ourselves, for sure. For sure. But the one, like, here, so you say I'll be able to retire the day I can't get up to work. Now, that's not you'll be able to, you'll be forced to. That's not by your free will. Will you be ready by the time that whatever it is, your health or whatever the situation may be, if that day comes, will you be ready financially to move into that next step of your life? $1 million, you better do your research and figure out how to reinvest it or do something to keep the money flow coming in. Don't quit your day job too soon. 100%. 100%. Hey, man, there's always a way to put away $1. If you got to save from buying an extra lollipop and the 4 kids got to fight over 3 lollipops, then you got to figure it out, man. It's not up for me to make those decisions for you. Streaming Wizard says in the UK, you can actually retire in your 50s, believe it or not. I mean, maybe, but I think there's still a lot more requirements when it comes to financially. The earlier you choose to retire, doesn't matter what country you're in. There is a lot that you have to do the earlier that you want to retire, especially with, people living into their 80s, 90s, 100s. Here's a little fact. Some of you guys know this and some of you guys don't. But I lived in a retirement home for 3 years. I actually lived in a retirement home for 3 years. My son was with me, and my son was 5 at the time, and the oldest person in the retirement home was 105. So it's not cheap. I know what the finances goes into to be into one of those homes. I know how expensive they are. And I know how the lifestyles vary depending on which retirement homes you get into. And to pick the ones that you want, they're not cheap, man. They're not. No, you'd have to take into account everything you might have paid for and money you might loan out or donate. Charity. Lend me one of your credit cards and I'll be able to save some money. Think I could retire with $1 million if I had no debts, and wife. Well, expenses, dependencies, all that stuff you have to take into effect, right? Can't get state pension in 50s in UK. Want to borrow my kids for a day? But it's another thing that I think that everyone needs to be creative. On the last live show, last Feel Good Friday, I talked about building a side hustle out of your passion, right? There are people that are willing to pay for services and products, usually out of investing in your passion or investing in your skill. If you're passionate about something and somebody sees that, there are people out there that will invest in it, right? And I'll use this as a prime example. YouTube is a hustle of mine. I'm on here every week. I do a live stream. I also do the podcast. I have another YouTube channel. I'll be on the stream, so Rojas. When you guys do super chats, you guys are doing that because you believe in the passion of what I build and what I create with myself and other content creators on this platform, right? It's not really a service per se, it's more entertainment, but you guys believe in the passion and the content that we're able to create. So you guys donate towards that, right? The other part is if you can do a service or a product with quality that you believe in as well, people will pay for that, right? For instance, last night, somebody asked me, hey, I got a new Samsung tablet. Can you set it up for me? And they were willing to pay me, right? If you have more expertise than somebody else, they are willing to donate to you, to pay for your services, pay for your time, whatever it may be. Let's see what Uno Nice says here. He says, next level, 4 kids, 3 lollipops, a fight, emergency room, Dr. Bill. Now you're in debt again. I mean, that's the States. I live in Canada. There is no bill for the emergency room here. I'm sorry. Maybe come over to Canada, get dual citizen, take advantage of the healthcare system. I don't know what to tell you. I can only speak what works in my country. Okay. I also have a really bad tech addiction. Cool, but there's ways. I mean, there's lots of YouTube channels about that talk about how to make money off your tech addiction. Why can't I speak today? Tech addictions, right? And it all comes down to what you're willing to do, right? Look, I come on here for the past 3-4 years, and I would literally just put on a screen of me working on a Fire Stick and just doing the same thing I would do if I was not recording or not. And the thoughts that I was thinking in my head, I would just say them out loud, and you guys would kick it with me, and that was a side hustle. It is a side hustle. I've had to evolve over time and change the content and kind of grow into what I actually want to be on this platform. But I don't think that that'll ever stop. That platform, that level that I get to, that comfortability, everything for me is building for that next stage that I get into. Right? Even with the podcast that was started, which is the latest thing that we're working on right now. If you listen to the first couple episodes of the podcast, it is not the same as if you're listening to the latest couple episodes that just came out, right? We started with conversations about topics in the community that would last 20 minutes long. And then we started interviewing other content creators within the streaming community. Next thing you know, we're having conversations with other creators in the tech community, not just streaming. And we started connecting with other, companies, big brands, right, that were doing some really innovative things. And some of the feedback that I would get from the brands that would ask to be on the podcast was that we were able to have a really laid back conversation and put tech in a way that was easy for the everyday consumer, person, listener to comprehend and understand, right? I just want to be myself on this platform and put through what I'm passionate about for you guys, and you guys appreciate it. And even if you guys don't donate to the channel, then there is the ability to monetize. That is just one side hustle. And the beautiful thing, well, hopefully the beautiful thing about this side hustle, because I strongly believe everybody should have a YouTube channel, is that majority of the content, as long as it meets certain guidelines, will stay on this platform for a long time. And it is, or it can be, a form of residual income. If people are always going back to watch those videos, those views, you never know when something's going to hit an algorithm or if something's going to catch fire, right? We've all done it. We've gone back to videos that were like 5-10 years old and we watch them, we check them out. I know myself, when I first start watching some content creators that I'm interested in, I'll go back to the very first videos to see where they came from, right? If they still have them up, of course, but I'll check them out. Let's see. I'm sure I missed a couple things. I donate to help my lawyer, bro. Jesus, look at me. Yeah, because I know about since things happened. Yeah. I know. I appreciate it, man. But at the end of the day, I want to make sure that you guys are investing in your future too. I appreciate all the donations. I appreciate everything that you guys give me. I try to give the community as much as I can. There's a lot that I do for the community that obviously I can't say on YouTube, and I don't feel like making it public, right? For the people that know, they know, right? It is what it is. But I don't do it for fame. I don't do it for anything like that. I try to always give back everything that I learn, everything that I know, and just try to get everyone with me to that next level. That's just how it goes. Cyclone. Hey man, you've been making all the live streams. I'm surprised you're actually getting notifications now, which is cool. It's cool. I don't even know how many people we got. 29 people in here, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Even if I only get 2-3 people in here, I'm just happy to kick it with you for a few minutes out of the week, because I only really come on this channel right now for the weekly live streams. I try not to miss it. No matter what's going on in my life, I try not to miss these live streams because I really do appreciate just the ability to come hang out with you guys and just tell you guys what's going through my mind for the week. I do have videos that I need to put out, and I am working on, but there are a couple things that I need to mentally and physically get through in regards to some upgrades and some stuff to the studio and some stuff around the apartment here, and just get myself into that mindset to really start pumping out those. But these weekly live streams is something I don't necessarily need to prepare for. Right? I can just jump on here and just spit whatever's on the top of my head, and hopefully I don't make a fool of myself, but it is what it is. I'm the coolest dude in Canada. Keep doing what you do. Continue success in life. Y'all, thank you for sharing your knowledge. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. How you doing, Tim? What's up? Roland, how you doing? Roland? Now, if anybody does see Rick S, today is his birthday, so I don't think he's in the stream today, but if you see him in the community, in Telegram, wherever you see him, tell him happy birthday. What's up, Kiko? How you doing, man? I don't know what you're talking about, the one. I don't know me remember what I was talking about a few minutes ago, please. Just keep telling it how it is, I don't know how else to do it. When I took a break from creating tech content, because I've seen a lot of interesting things happening to YouTube with people in our streaming community, with people in the tech community, people on YouTube in general, right? I had to reevaluate what I'm doing on this channel and figure out, am I still passionate? What am I passionate about? Do I want to just put out videos that are irrelevant to me just for content purposes? And I had to struggle with that. But these live streams, they mean something to me. I'm passionate about them. This community, you guys in the chat, you guys mean something to me. And I almost felt like if I didn't do these Friday live streams, that I was letting you guys down. Like, a lot of you guys look forward to these live streams. You know what I mean? Like, look, Mike C, I look forward to your live streams. A lot of people, when I didn't do the live streams for a few weeks, people were like, what's going on? Are you okay? Are you having a live stream? Like, it's not something that I ever thought would have happened, where people would actually look forward to me creating on this platform or listening to me talk for an hour and a half on a podcast. A few weeks ago, we put out an episode on the podcast of a behind the scenes look from TechFluence. That was legit a 5-hour show. It was cut down a little bit in some of the editing to 3.5, I think, hours, but people still listen to that podcast. We had the video that went out on YouTube. People still watch that. It's an amazing thing. You never know what's going to happen unless you put your foot through that door. I mean, you can open it first, but you could just put your foot through it. It's up to you. However you want to do it. However you want to do it. What's good, Damien? What's up? Oh, I almost thought that was Troop. Look, man, this looks like a copy and paste from Trooper. I almost thought that was Trooper. You see, I like that podcast. And it's crazy the opportunities that we find ourselves in when we start to put ourselves into places that we're passionate about, right? Did I ever think that I would be asked to do a behind the scenes conference with a company like TechFluence, where everybody who had a booth for that tech conference had to just come kick it with me for a few minutes in Rojas, right? I mean, it's been a very interesting journey since I started working with Rojas. Obviously, there's a lot of interesting connections that we both have had made and shared throughout our journey together with Beyond the Streams. But it's been a wild ride. And I never, if you would have asked me when I first started making YouTube videos, if I thought I was going to make it here, hell no. I tell this story all the time, but I tell people, when the people say, how did you end up on YouTube? I tell people, by accident. I didn't know I was going to be here. I didn't know it was going to get, hundreds of thousands of views on a couple of videos when I first got started. And next thing you know, I have a couple thousand subscribers on this platform and I'm having a blast kicking it with you guys. I had no idea. I didn't know this was going to be a side hustle for me. I didn't know I can make money off this thing. It's not about the money, but you never know where your passions are going to lead you unless you put your foot through that door. You actually try it. You make an attempt, right? And not only do we have to appreciate where our passions come from, we also have to appreciate the people that support us, no matter how they support us, right? And I'm going to be very blunt. I tell this to a lot of people when they're starting businesses. It's crazy because I do talk to a lot of people that want to start their own business. I've had businesses myself. I do have a corporation just for my YouTube stuff and some of the other stuffs that I do. But, the people that support us the most tend to be people we don't know. And why is that, right? And a lot of people will say, I know Dell says this, Super Dell, he says, business and friends, friends end where business begins, something along those lines. But it's a very true fact, because of a lot of times when we deal with a business and friendships, people want to ask for discounts. People want to ask for handouts. And what that tells me is they're devaluing your dream. There's so many occasions I see where people will go to somebody else and spend more money, even though they know that what they're looking for and how to do it the same, if not better. But then if they come to you, they want to say, hey, man, I know you. Can you do this, this, and this? To me, that's devaluing your passion, your dreams. And that's why a lot of people get held down in communities where they're just trying to get out. You're held down in a block and you're trying to get out the block, but everybody on that block is devaluing what you're worth. And I think if we all looked at it a little bit differently and helped build each other up, then we would be able to get to different places, right? When I deal with people that I know that have businesses and they offer me a discount, straight up, I'm like, I don't want it. You charge me what you charge your customers. If I know you and I'm coming to you and I want to support you, then it is what it is. I don't want a discount because I'm supporting you. This is why I'm going to you for business. You know what I mean? There's things that I do with printing companies, right? I do some work with printing companies, and sure, I might be able to get cheaper prices if I shopped around, but I know two printers personally. So why wouldn't I support them? You know, people I've known for years, decades even, right? We got to be in the mindset to support everybody that's around us. And when we put out those good vibes, they come right back to us. If we want to see a different mentality in the community and the people that we love and the people that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, then we have to have that mentality that we want to see. It's the only way it's going to come back to us. It's the only way. What's up, Troop? I see you here now. What's going on, Sohail? Let's see. I see I got some stuff going on here. Okay, hold on. Let's see. What's up, Charles? What's going on, G Torres? Uno Nice says, question, comment. YouTube has begun enforcing rules, etc. So where are we going to find K-builds, TV, APKs, whatever? Listen, it wasn't always on this platform. So we found it before. We'll find it again. You're going to have to be creative. You're going to have to continue doing research, right? Things will get difficult. You got to stay up to date. You stay in the know by staying in certain communities. And when there are changes, usually you know where those changes are going. People are going to swap what they're doing. Can't control the future. But at the end of the day, people's well-being is more important than some of those topics in that comments. That's all I'm going to say. We've seen people's lives get affected. We've seen people get letters, right? In regards to some things that were mentioned in that comment, right? So we ourselves have to be mindful of keeping ourselves safe, right? Our health, our well-being is more important than watching TV shows, watching movies, watching entertainment, right? So one thing is you're going to have to be able to do research and stay up to date. If you are creative enough, you'll still find what you need to find. But we just got to be respectful as well, right? Because if somebody does choose to change the content they're creating or change the platform that they're creating it on, we have to respect that, right? Yesterday, Rojas and I did a live stream talking about Fire TV Sticks, who has over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And she has chosen to remove all the videos on her channel and switch to her website. Is that a permanent fix? Probably not. Is anything that we do a permanent fix, a permanent solution? No. As content creators, you got to be creative. As hustlers, you got to be creative. As people that want to continue to better themselves, you have to be creative. It's exactly what I said when I started the stream. You want to continuously build to get to another level, right? You take what you're doing today so that what you do tomorrow is better. You're in one step further. You're in closer to the direction you want to go, right? But you're always continuously evaluating that direction, right? You could start your week on a Sunday with a direction you want to go, and by the time Saturday rolls around, you're in a different direction. But the whole purpose and point is you were making movements, because if you do not make movements, you will never know what's best for you in your life. You will never get to where you want to be. There are platforms out there, but at the end of the day, it's only a matter of time before they start locking down everything everywhere, especially with more platforms, with monetization and all that kind of stuff, like with the changes that are happening on YouTube, where they're just going to blanket monetize everyone's channel. If you choose to claim that monetization or not, they're going to get even more strict there. Twitter's doing the same thing with monetizing some of their stuff, right? So you just got to be creative, because it's not as easy to find everything you want in one place anymore. What's up, Sohail? You ever gonna start up your I don't think so. That's not the direction I'm mentally going in right now. Nah, that's not the direction I'm going in right now. Honestly, if I was to really get into stuff, which I don't even know if I'm going to start a second channel. I'm kind of really interested in what I've been talking about on these live stream, which is finances, getting myself to the next level of my life. And if I was to start another, channel, it might be a vlog channel just about my daily crap, what I'm doing. But I don't know. I kind of like just kicking it with you guys on Fridays here. I already have Beyond the Streams. I have BS Clips. I have the podcast. There's a lot going on. I couldn't handle any more at this time. 100%. What's up, Seth? How you doing? What's up, Troop? Glad to have you here, sharing your knowledge and making a difference in this community. I mean, I'm just me. I hope that I'm able to impact people's lives in a positive way. That's just how it is. I try to carry myself in a way where um, it's respect. I can look back at the end of the day when I'm ready to shut my eyes and be like, you know what? I did everything I possibly could to have my day go as good as it could have been. And that's it. Oh, my chat just jumped. I see when I read comments, I'm slow. I'm super slow. I see some stuff in the comments there. I'm getting to it, but I want to make sure that I'm respecting everybody's comments. 100%. We should all want to lift one another to be the best that they can be. That is what you try to do next level. It's what I try. You know what I mean? But I'm sure there's people that may take me the wrong way. Obviously, perspective is perspective. It is what it is. But I hope that, if I rub anybody the wrong way, if I say anything that's wrong, that, people can forgive me and we can move on from there. It is what it is. YouTube will give you strikes and warnings just for saying the K word or F link, several other words to say. I don't really have any comments on that one right now. Yo, respect, Roland. You don't have to do that. I'm just here kicking it with you guys. Enough respect. I appreciate everything that you do. The members of the channel. There hasn't been too many live streams for the members, but hopefully once I get back on my grind, I got a bunch of things that I'm personally working on for my personal well-being right now. I'm going to have to leave it like that, but I'm trying to get myself to the next level. And there's a bunch of stuff that I got to get in line in order to do that. And once hopefully I get those things in line, then we'll be having much different conversations and I'll be able to pump up more content. But without you guys doing certain things, I wouldn't be able to do certain things. So I appreciate everybody that's here, that's watching, that's donating, that's a member, all that kind of cool stuff, man. Respect, Eric. I appreciate it. Says, keep up the good work, next level. It is what it is. Every day's a grind. Every day's a grind. I got one of the things that I'm most passionate about when it comes to the community is obviously the live streams that I do here, as well as the Telegram group. Absolutely love the Telegram group. It's a great community over there on Telegram for Android TV tips. And we got almost 1,700 people in there. It's one of the biggest communities for streaming content on Telegram. We do try to keep it clean. There are a lot of good moderators, especially Paul Briggs, who was in here earlier. There's a lot of people that try to keep it clean, make it safe. There's a bot that I created in there that helps automatically post content that is valuable to you guys in the streaming community. I basically spent a whole week analyzing where I got all of my information, and then I created a bot to do it all for me, like automatically. So if something's wrong with Real Debrid, it'll automatically post it in the chat for you guys. If something's wrong with, if there's an update coming out for the Shield, it'll automatically post it in the chat. If let's say AFTV News posts articles, it's automatically in the chat for you guys. So I try to curate everything that's important in the streaming community that I think. I mean, I'm not going to know everything. I'm not going to find everything. But for the most part, if I don't share something, then the community does. And it's great. It's awesome. Appreciate it. I just want to build a place that's safe for everybody, that everybody can learn stuff from and eventually give back to, right? I'm not as active as I was when I first started it, but that's because I also wanted to give you guys an opportunity to help teach other people. It doesn't always have to be myself answering everybody's question. And that's why the group is there, right? There's more power, there's more knowledge when it comes to a group than any individual. It is what it is. So we got 41 people in here with 34 thumbs up. Can we just take a moment and make sure you smash that thumbs up button? Make sure that, you change that color. I think it turns blue or something. I'm not even sure, but just make sure that it's a thumbs up there so that other people can find this stream, maybe take value from me rambling on YouTube. I've been talking for 40 minutes straight. That's absolutely insane for me. I don't even know how I do it. I'm so used to in a podcast platform where I talk back and forth with somebody or about a topic, but this is just me rambling legitimately about thoughts that I have in my head that apparently you guys want to hear. I don't know. If you didn't, then you wouldn't be here. So thank you. Oh, man. Oh, my chat just jumped. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, Yoda. Yoda's right there. Yeah. So I got another stand over here. Preppy and I were driving and we saw this stand that somebody was throwing away. And one of my buddies does some woodworking stuff. So I asked him to stain it for me. So that was garbage somebody was throwing out. It didn't cost me a penny, right? I traded services for my friend that was staining it with some of the services that I offer. I helped him set up some of his tech and he stained it for free for me. And it matches all the other pieces that I have in my studio. So I think it looks pretty good. And then I put Yoda right there because everybody loves to see Yoda. So why take that away from you guys? Let me see if I can put Yoda more in the frame. No, I don't know. Oh, he still has his Christmas lights on. I don't know. I tried to put Yoda more in the frame, but it is what it is. What's up, Stuart? How you doing, man? If I can't find what I need or what I'm looking for, I'll just call you. Make sure you pick up the damn phone, bro. Hey, I hate phone calls. Don't call me. Message me, but it's better to message in the groups. I'm just saying, you'll get an answer a lot sooner than I'll answer you. Seriously, though, I'm doing research on something that myself and 2 other family members are researching on also. Yeah, we may be joining forces and going into the, hey, if anybody was to ask me, hey, should I do this? Hell yeah, right? It's better to try and fail than not do anything, be stagnant, right? You'll spend more time thinking, should I have done this? Should I have done this? When you could have done it and learned from it already. And the exposure, the situation, the knowledge you gain from even failing is more valuable than not doing anything at all. So, if you have an opportunity to do any kind of business, do it. That's my advice. I keep blocking out Yoda. I don't want to block Yoda, guys. I'm trying to figure out how not to block Yoda. I'll do it like that. I don't know. Can you guys still hear me okay? I hope you guys can hear me okay. Yeah, we do have some good shows. I'm not going to toot my own horn. I hope that you guys enjoy it. That's all I can say. Damn, you got 30 acres of land. You could do all kinds of stuff with that. What's up, Paul? I see you, man. I'm talking about you all the time. I was hoping your back was turned, but it is what it is. See, Stuart's like, I love that bot. Nobody else has a bot that automatically tells you when something is updated in file length. Nobody else has that. That was created from scratch. I'm not going to take the credit for that. There was somebody in here that did all the work for me. If he wants to take the respect, because I think he deserves it, but sometimes he doesn't like to be in the limelight. I don't know what to say, right? But there's a lot of people with a lot of knowledge in the community, and you deal with people the right way, they'll want to help you. You know what I mean? Never burn your bridges. Never burn your bridges. What's up, Terra Skins? How you doing, man? Late as always, but here, yo, paper plate. Thank you for being here, man. Love what you're doing on your end. You're really trying to talk about mental health. You're talking about, taking your mental health to the next level, right? There's so many different aspects of our life that we have to nurture 100%. It's not just about finances, right? Your retirement isn't just about finances. If you lose your mind before you retire, then what's the point? No, I'm just saying, you got to take care of yourself in all aspects, for sure. My chat keeps jumping. You know what? I'm supposed to go to their head office next week. So when I go to their head office next week, I'm gonna see what's up, see if I can grab a couple devices from them and talk about it. I know that the last time I talked to the head office, they said they didn't necessarily want people reviewing their new devices yet because there's still a couple software updates they want to do. But through some conversations, I'm sure that there's something that we can come through with. But it is what it is. I love their devices, but it's not for everybody, right? No, there's not going to be ever one device that fits everybody perfectly. But to be very blunt, their 4900 Max, yeah, some people are going to be like, that's same price as the Shield. Whoa, I got a guest coming in, but I'm just going to finish this thought first. I see you. Just give me 1 second, right? But for my mentality, right? Think about you had your home media that you wanted to store in a device that you could take to the cottage, that you could take to a friend's house, right? And even in the event that you didn't have internet, you could still watch that content in 4K. That 4900, that's what you're talking about. You could put a 2.5-inch hard drive in there, store 4K content, your internet goes down, your power goes out. Maybe you got a generator, maybe you got a power bank and you can power certain things. You can still watch your entertainment. It's still cool, right? So there's certain devices that take things to another level. Just because things are priced the same doesn't mean they do the same kind of performance. Yo, I got a guest in here. Big up to Digital Slang. Always a great conversation. I know you guys love it when he's on the show. I love being on his show. So everybody in the chat, make sure you give a big warm welcome to Digital Slang. What's up, brother?
Yeah. What's going on, man?
How you doing?
I feel like a zombie, man. I just woke up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I took a nap. I had a long day at work, came home and crashed.
All right. So I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
You ready for this one?
I guess we'll see. I don't know.
We'll see. All right. So I've been talking kind of about side hustles.
Okay.
So tell me a side hustle, if you can, that you've done throughout your life.
Man, that's a tough one. YouTube is my side hustle. First off, YouTube is definitely a side hustle.
Would you like to share what you do full time?
Sure. I can do that. I have a screen printing and embroidery shop here in Jersey. I've been printing t-shirts and things like that for, 21 years, I think. Around 21 years. So I went out on my own 2.5, 3 years ago now.
Right.
And it's, just hustling, man. COVID has hurt my business quite a bit, which is why I have more time to do YouTube, which has been a good thing.
100%.
It's funny that you mentioned this topic specifically because last night I did something that I've never done before.
Oh.
So I follow somebody called Chris Crone. I don't know if you know who that is.
It sounds familiar. I feel like you've mentioned that name to me before.
He is somebody that I'm trying to learn from about real estate, about stock markets and things like that. And last night he did a live stream and he offers, all these influencers and people, they offer all these packages, right? And it's about side hustles. It's about learning this and learning that and how to do this and how to do that. And a lot of them are scams, right? But I've been following this guy long enough to know that he's legit. So he offered a package on his stream last night and it was $1,000, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right. But what he offered, for me was worth it as long as I do the work. And 6 of those things on there were about side hustles. 3 side hustles during the summer, 3 side hustles during the winter, and then a whole nother package about stocks, a whole nother package about real estate. You get like a month of one-on-one time with him. You get a month of one-on-one time with like his another mentor in his program. So that's kind of what I'm building up now is side hustles. I sell things I flip phones all the time. I sell a lot of the electronics and the tech that I get to make extra income. I literally 2 days ago bought a 3D printer as well. Nice. Which is actually being delivered today. It actually got delivered already, but to my shop. And that's going to be another side hustle. I plan on printing like Mandalorian helmets. And
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, like those types of things. Iron Man helmets. And I'm going to sell them on Facebook Marketplace for some cash.
Yeah. It's
So the mentality is always about the side hustle.
but you know what? Just because you want a side hustle doesn't mean that you're doing it for the money. It's about exploring passions and
Yeah.
how to create opportunities for you in exchange for time, right? We want to be able to do things that we enjoy in our life so that we can create more freedom to do more things that we enjoy in our life.
Yeah. 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 My dream was always to work for myself.
100%. Mine too.
Yeah. And I mean, this has been my dream since I was 17, 18. I always had that need to just work for myself. And when I finally achieved that, because this isn't the first time I started a screen print business. I started one maybe, man, when was that? Had to be around 10 years ago. And that one failed. I had that business for about a year and it failed. And, very disappointing, but you learn, right? And then you try again when you can. So I tried again. But what I've realized is, yes, okay, now I'm working for myself, but it's not what I love to do. I'm not doing what I love to do. Like, I still make my own schedule, go in when I want, leave when I want, but I'm still not doing something I'm not passionate about printing t-shirts. It's just what I do for a living.
Well, it's what you're choosing to do to create more freedom to do other things. It's a stepping stone.
Yeah. Yeah. And without that, I wouldn't have been able to start YouTube. I wouldn't have been able to buy the cameras I needed or to buy the equipment I needed to, even to be on this live stream.
Yep. Because you never know how opportunities find you or you find them, right? Because Digital Slang found his way onto Premiere that we were doing on Beyond the Streams. So a lot of you guys that are in the chat are from the streaming community. Digital Slang is from the podcast community, technically, right? So he wouldn't have found us unless Rojas and I started that podcast and connected with other creators in other fields. So you never know where you're going to go, right? The other thing that I really wanted you guys to understand is a lot of times we find ourselves a victim to the cycle and to the workforce, right? Because we don't build up a certain cushion for ourselves. When we lose a job or when we need a job, we don't have the opportunity to pick and choose. The next one that comes along the lines, it's like, hey, I'm going to pay you this. And you're like, okay, I need the money. I got to pay my bills. But if we're able to save up a cushion and we're not living paycheck to paycheck, if we could afford to skip a paycheck, if we do lose our income, that could be the difference from choosing between one job to 1 to 3 and which ones we actually want to do and debate which ones pay us more money, which ones are more along the lines of the direction that we personally want to go in. And we have to make these decisions for ourselves to build up those kind of cushions so that we don't fall victim to the cycle over and over and over again.
Man, the rat race, right?
Yep.
It's so easy to get caught up in it. So easy. I've done it. But some people like that, though. I can't knock it because some people have a safety in that, right? Where they know they're getting a paycheck. They can handle their money well and invest it wisely. And they do well over time and it grows. So I can't knock them for that. It's just not for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not something I can do. I can't do it ever again.
Right.
I'll always have a hustle somehow.
You got to, right? At the end of the day, even if you are good at managing your money, at the end of the day, you're still just a number to whatever company you're working for. You're never guaranteed to work there forever. There's lots of people that work until they're ready to retire for the same company, but I can tell you those numbers are going way the hell down. I remember growing up, both of my parents worked for the same company for 24 years. People don't do that no more, right? People jump because they get it's the easiest way to get a raise. Right? You stick a year with a company, they'll give you a couple pennies. But if you jump to another company, you could get an extra G, 2 Gs, 5 Gs, right?
It's so true. It's so true. I worked at in my hometown where I grew up.
Yeah.
I worked in a warehouse for 10 years. I was there for 10 years from the time I was like 16 to 26.
Right.
And, I was making good money back then. And, I was the warehouse manager, I didn't have to really work hard, but I was so miserable. And all I kept thinking in my head was, I'm going to be stuck here. I'm going to be stuck here for the rest of my life in my hometown, working in this job, which I had it easy, but it just wasn't making me happy. So I quit. And funny story, my sister and brother-in-law worked there with me.
Mhm.
They're still there. They are still there today. They've been there for over 30 years. I mean, granted, they're doing really well. I can't knock them. They're doing great, but it's not for me. It's not for me. If I'm not happy doing what I'm doing,
Mhm.
I don't care about the money. It's more about the happiness.
Right. Like I started this stream today, right? I know you just woke up and you jumped on. So I'll give you a little bit of a recap. I started with a question and I said, is $1 million a lot of money?
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
And some people said it is, some people
Yeah.
said it isn't. And this all came because I torture my son when I pick him up from school. And these are the conversations I force him to listen to. Right. So I was like, do you think $1 million is a lot of money? And he's like, oh, I don't know. Right. He's just a 13-year-old kid. He doesn't want to talk to me. He just finished school. You know? So I said, think about this. The average person is going to have to have a minimum of $1 million in order to retire. So in order for you to retire, you got to be a millionaire. You have to be a millionaire, right?
Yeah.
And some people who will say, well, $1 million is a lot of money. $100,000 10, 15 years ago is not the same $100,000 it is today.
No, I just heard the guy that I'm trying to be mentored by. He thinks you need at least 3 million to retire.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even 1 million anymore.
Yep. It's going to be crazy because, the city I live in, mind you, it's in Canada. The average home goes for just under $1 million.
Wow.
Right?
Really?
Yep.
That's insane.
So I can't afford that. I just have a little apartment. What am I going to do? Right.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to live in a certain place with it all paid off, then I'm not talking about $1 million in the bank. I'm talking about your net worth, because people need to understand there's a difference between having $1 million in the bank and having net worth, your assets. What are you actually worth? Because if you're going to tell me, no, I'm trying to think how to say this now. I'll never be the person that has $1 million in my bank account. I will never leave money in my bank account doing absolutely nothing. If I'm going to work hard for my coin, it's got to work just as hard for me.
Yeah. It makes no sense to leave it there. It's not earning anything. I mean, once you get to that level of income, it is earning something, but it's still not enough.
Not enough.
You can earn it, I'm going to throw it in real estate. I'm going to have it in stocks. I'm going to have it in crypto. I'm going to have it all over the place.
Yeah. You had me on a live show. Was it last week?
Last Friday.
Last Friday? It seems like so long ago.
Yeah. Well, it was 7 days ago.
Yeah, it was. And you asked me a question about stocks, and my response to you was, I'm interested in the stock market because of cryptocurrency. Right? We all have to figure out what we're passionate about, because if we're passionate about it, then we'll do better research. We'll invest wiser. We'll do things that are more valuable to us, and not just financially. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Crypto, man. I'm all for it.
Damien says it's been like 18 years, man. So Damien, I went to school with Damien and I haven't seen him since grade 9. Reached out again this year and I met up with him. I went up to his house a few weeks ago and that's what he's saying. It's been like 18 years, man. You never burn bridges. You're good people. That's what it's about.
Awesome. Yeah, that's cool. Very cool.
That's what it's about, man.
Yeah, I like your backdrop. I like your new setup.
Oh, you heard me talking about how I found this someone was throwing away?
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Got my buddy to stain it, and then it seems to fit everything else, right? So
it looks good. I like it. And you got Baby Yoda or Grogu wrapped up in some Christmas lights.
Yeah. Like we had a Christmas show, and my girlfriend, Preppy Mama, she did everything. She's like Christmas behind me, like it was crazy.
Yeah,
but
I like
but
it.
here's the thing.
It's good.
My girlfriend, Preppy Mama, you'll see her in here. She comes through sometimes. She's at work right now, but she loves to go to the dollar stores, and she follows a bunch of craft channels. So she decided to start her own craft channel. And in a month, she's gained 500 subscribers. And
Really? In a month?
In a month.
Good for her, man.
And all she's doing is I'm not trying to downplay anything, but I'm just trying to show you guys, you don't have to buy big, expensive tech to become a YouTuber. She's going to Dollar Tree. She's going to all these like thrift places and just doing crafts, and people are watching it. And I had to step out of my element and watch some of her stuff. And I was like, this is brilliant. Like, she's created some home decor items literally from toys in the dollar store.
That's awesome. Like
stuff that would cost $3. You put a little time and effort, and it's something you'd probably spend $40 on.
Creativity, man. If you are creative, the best place to be is on YouTube.
Yeah. And she follows. So I started getting into some of the crafting stuff just to see, because I'm helping her with her YouTube channel a little bit, like teaching her about SEO and stuff. So I started watching some of the videos with her, and these people in the community legitimately are just doing arts and crafts. Some channels will hold a live stream and auction off the crafts they do. Yeah. And people are spending hundreds on stuff would have costed them like $5-10 to create.
That's what I should do with my
your headphones,
my 3D printer.
Yeah.
Or my headphones too. I got 150 pair of headphones downstairs. I should auction them off. But yeah, even the stuff I'm going to make on the 3D printer. It's a good idea. Yo, YouTube was hands down the best decision I've ever made. It's the best. There's nothing better than starting a YouTube channel and just interacting with other people like this. Digital Slang. I used to flip phones, but it wasn't really going well. I learned I needed to understand my area and surroundings to do research and understand what wants and demands. Yeah. That's the same with all hustles though, right? You got to understand what people want. How can you sell a product or sell a service? And it's going to be different for everybody in that area where you're trying to be.
Well, there's two different sides of the coin. It's either you go for the demand or you create the demand.
Right? If you can create the demand, it's better. More money.
This is what you want. Whatever I got in my head, that's what you need.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a lot harder to do, though. I'm not trying to tell you to recreate the flip phone, but
it'd be nice if you could. I mean, if that's everybody should have a goal, right?
100%.
Multiple goals.
Right? Like we did a podcast with BlendJet, right? I'm not sure if you've heard of BlendJet, but the owner of BlendJet, I think his name is Ryan. He originally was working with some of the top guys from Apple, and they were working on a holographic computer, right? And one day when he was parking his Tesla, he was watching it auto park, and he was running around the corner, and he slammed into a concrete pole and got a concussion. And when he came out of the concussion, he wasn't able to have his regular motor skills. He wasn't able to function. He had to learn how to redo everything. And during that time, the company that he was building to do this holographic, Rojas is trying to call me right now. While he was trying to do that, the company he was working with got sold. So what do? Do you pack up? Do you call it quits? Or do you build a new dream? And he built BlendJet. And he said during the holidays, there was a BlendJet being sold every second. Like, it's absolutely insane. So
these numbers that people do when it comes to sales are just beyond my comprehension sometimes. The amount of money people make.
Let's see what Rojas wants. Yeah. So at the end of the day, guys, I'm just a random guy ranting and raving on YouTube. You do with your life what you want. I'm just, like I said, I'm just sharing what some of my thoughts are, where I'm going in my life, and just how I'm trying to get to my next level, right? And I'm just the kind of person, love me or hate me, I'm going to share what I'm doing the whole way through. I've talked to Digital about, apparently getting into stocks, and I completely forgot about it. And he jumped on it, and he was working on it, and we never talked about it again. And then we met up on another live stream, and we started talking about it again. And I got him to join a Telegram group that I created, and I'm starting to share some stuff, and
which I love, by the way. Every time Whether it's you or the bot that posts something, every time, you know what I do when I see that, right? As soon as that bot hits that thing,
Yeah.
I'm opening up my Robinhood or Coinbase or whatever it is, and I'm looking for that stock.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm doing my research on it, seeing if it's worth investing. And I've invested in a couple things because of your bot.
Yep. Some pretty good information there. I'm just going to say.
I love it, bro. I love it. It's so addicting, man.
And I'll go back, right? Because I'll find stocks that were mentioned in my group and it'd be like, yo, if you would have grabbed this 2 days ago, went up 75%.
Yeah, you posted that today, a little while ago.
Yeah. There was one. Was it yesterday? Timber went up 75% in a day.
Yeah.
TMBR. So
if you do it wisely, I looked at my stocks today in my portfolio, and it's getting, pretty diverse. I'm trying to do more, right? But over the course of maybe 15 different stocks that I have money in, every single one of them is in the positive. Every one of them. And it's not hard to figure out, right? Now, it's not a lot of money, maybe $50 in the green on this one, $20 in the green on this one, $100 in the green on this one. But once you total all that up, that's when it starts to add up.
100%.
And that's the safety net. And then once you find one, like you said, that goes up 70%, or there's stocks that jump 100%, 200%. Those are the ones that we're searching for. But in the meantime, if we can get our portfolio where it's just, 10% here, 20% here, that's what I'm looking to do.
Yeah. Well, my pin post, remember the first thing I said, if you join my group, check out the pin post.
Yep.
Right. And I talk about being a lazy investor. And I set everything at 30% profit. Can you complain about 30%? What, you invest with the bank, it's going to give you 5, 10%? Not even 10%. Right.
I have a client of mine who she opened up I forget what it was. She put $1,400 in a bank 20 years ago. She just told me this story yesterday, and she forgot about it. Right? I think her parents put the money in. I forget their whole story, but she had $1,400 in the bank. She forgot about it. Recently, she looked at it. You know how much profit she made?
It doubled.
6 cents.
Oh my God.
6 cents.
Oh, because it was in a regular checking account that gives you 0.01% or something. Yeah.
A regular bank. She made 6 cents over 20 years, dude.
But you know what the bank did with that money? The bank turned around and loaned it out for 20%.
Yeah, they've used it over and over again. It's insane. My money does not belong in the bank.
No.
Just money that I need for bills will stay in the bank.
Yeah. I really liked what you said the other day. You were like, look, I'm trying to focus on selling all my tech and dropping it into the stock market.
Yeah.
Because one of the things I said on my last live stream was when I understood that I am the biggest risk factor, then everything changed, right?
Yeah.
Because if I take $100 and I drop it into a stock and that stock drops 75%, right? It's still better than me leaving that $100 in my bank account and me spending it on cheeseburgers and going to zero.
Yeah, if it's in your bank account, you're gonna spend it. Yeah,
I'm gonna spend it. Right.
It's so true.
I don't know. So I've been on here for an hour. I don't know how much time you got, but I'm just kicking it. If you guys got questions, it's cool. Whatever it is. But in regards to the direction that my live streams are going, I'm just talking about life right now. I'm just talking about where I'm going, what I'm doing. Right now, I am flipping stocks and cryptocurrency. And the next thing is going to be real estate. 100%.
Yeah,
absolutely. The next thing's going to be real estate. And I'm going to put this out there. It's not just going to be residential, because there's a lot of businesses that are going out of business right now. So I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit of something to look for in the market if you're thinking about this, right? I'm a single dad. I work online. I don't need to be in the city I'm in, right? I can move around. My first is going to be residential, right? Now, the area I live in, I can get 5% down on a residential. But if I want to go commercial, I got to put 35% down, right? So there's a little bit of a difference. But if I take that residential, I do a little bit of fixing in the kitchen and the bath, and I flip it, I make my 35% that I can put into a commercial property. There's a lot of commercial properties that you can find that come with a 2-bedroom apartment with it.
Mm.
Think about that, right? Dual income. If you can rent the 2-bedroom apartment and you can rent the commercial side, that'll pay for the mortgage. But do you need to? If you wanted to, you could live in that 2-bedroom apartment. You could even have your side hustle downstairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could do whatever you wanted to do. But dual zoned places that have residential and commercial are going to be real cheap right now because people, they can't afford it. They can't run a full shop. So that's where my mind's going right now.
It's hard to see because a lot of people are going out of business. My business is struggling because of the pandemic, but you have to look at it from a different angle. You kind of got to look at how can I take advantage of it? Not how can I take advantage of people, but how can I take advantage of the situation?
100%.
And then go from there. And you're right, real estate, big thing I'm looking into right now. And first it'll be get my stocks in order, get my crypto in order,
right?
Make that profit, and then that's going into real estate. And that's where the long-term money is that's where the easier money comes from.
Mm-hmm.
And you talked about flipping. I'm also looking into buying something and renting it out.
100%.
Because, recurring income every month where I don't even have to think about it is what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. You see, I told you that the average, residential place in the city I live in is just under $1 million Canadian, right? So I'm looking at an hour and a half away where I can find homes for 350, 400.
Yeah.
And if I can stay where I'm at, right? I can afford a bigger place, but I don't need to. Yeah. So if I could stay where I'm at, my son stays in the same school, and I'm able to find a place at 350, 400 versus the $1 million where I'm at now, I could stay where I'm at and rent that out and still put something towards the principal and still have someone renting it out. Like, it's always about not just living within our means, but where can our means take us? How far can we stretch them? Because everything is exponential. Everything is exponential. Your dollar today is worth more than it's ever going to be worth.
Man, your Canadian dollar is insane, by the way.
It smells like maple syrup. That's all I got to say about that. But I mean, your dollar's dropped a lot too.
The US dollar is terrible.
But everybody's dollar's dropped.
Yeah.
Everybody's dollar's fake. Right? Yeah. I don't know what to believe anymore. I see people asking about gold and silver.
Yeah,
if you want gold and silver, you got to actually hold that gold and silver.
Yeah, it's physical.
Like, I don't know. I don't know.
It's not something I would invest in right now. It's just not. I'm trying to save up money to put more into Bitcoin, to put more into Ethereum, because those, when it comes to crypto, those are like safe bets. If there is such a thing in crypto, those are safe bets. Right? They've been around long enough to know that they're not going anywhere. And you don't have to have $50,000 to throw into Bitcoin because that's what a coin is worth. You can buy fractions of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I put $1,200 into Bitcoin. I've already made $300. Like, you don't need to put all that money in. My whole stimulus check that's coming is going right into crypto. The whole thing.
There's gonna be a lot of people that say that same thing, and then you're gonna see crypto go up.
Yeah, well, that's why I hope my stimulus check comes real soon.
I'll show you guys. I have 0.01 of a Bitcoin. Like, what is that? Give me 1 second here.
It's probably about what I have. I think I have $1,200 into Bitcoin.
There are people that are saying if you want to retire off cryptocurrency, you want to own more than 4 coins. Like, you want to have like a good 6, 7, 8 coins. And by the time you're ready to retire, the coins are going to be worth a decent chunk.
What other coins do you have? I have Ethereum. I have Litecoin.
I just deal with Bitcoin and Ether. That's it.
I have 4. I have Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, and I'm a big believer in ADA. I put a lot of money, more money into ADA than I have into Bitcoin or anything else.
But here's the thing though, right? This is why I'm going to say bullish on cryptocurrency, right? There's a lot of markets out there. You know, you have your energy, your healthcare, whatever it is, right? But a lot of those markets have already seen their exponential growth, right? You look at cryptocurrency, and cryptocurrency is this year is when it's seeing its exponential growth, right?
Yeah.
Bitcoin was the first one. So obviously its exponential growth, it's already been happening, right? People are saying that Bitcoin is going to hit 100K by the end of the year. That's only a 2-time ratio.
Yeah.
You want to look at things like Ethereum, like ADA, all those other ones. But you have to be very careful because some of these coins could be here today and gone tomorrow, right?
That's the volatility of it.
That's the volatility of it, right? If Ethereum, if it goes to 10K by the end of the year, you're looking at a 5% ratio, right?
Which they're saying it will.
Yeah. Well,
That's-
I mean, people will say all kinds of stuff. I believe it will too, right?
Yeah.
Right now, they're doing changes to Ethereum 2.0. So there are changes that are going on with the coding that's going to make Ethereum actually become faster and more productive and more relevant in society, which is cool. But that change is also, it may also deter some miners from mining Ethereum because the miners are actually going to make less money when they're mining it on the new coding.
Yeah.
So are we going to see less supply and more demand? Possibly saying that that could go up higher. Who knows, right?
Yeah. The more businesses are picking up crypto too.
Yeah.
It's taking off. Like even the market caps that they're at, they're nowhere near what the market cap needs to be, even for the bigger businesses to invest in.
Mm-hmm.
So they're still growing. And I heard a crazy rumor that, in 10 years, Bitcoin will be worth $1 million a coin, which it's possible, but you can't go on that bet. You can't make that bet.
Who knows what it's going to be worth once the 21 million is in circulation, which will never actually happen because they say 4 to 5 million is lost. So, and that's going to be.
They also slowed down the mining. So now you can only make, I heard an article about it a couple of weeks ago, and it was, the amount of Bitcoin they're going to produce over the next like 30 years, it's like 30 Bitcoins a year or something. Like
wow.
It's terrible, whatever it was, because they're slowing it down because they don't want to hit that point.
The other thing that we're seeing a lot right now is as demand for cryptocurrency goes up, there's more and more people that are actually putting into a secure wallet. So there's less and less on the actual exchanges, which means that they're harder to get. And if it's harder to get and the demand is still there, prices go up. That's just how it works. So
that's what I did with ADA. I took all my ADA off and put it on a wallet. It's sitting on a wallet right now. Did you hear about that kid that has 300 million in Bitcoin and can't access it?
The one that threw it away?
He's locked out of his account. He forgot his password.
And see, I'm terrible at that. I never remember passwords. I never remember stuff. I write stuff down. I'll lose it. And for something like that, I would need it under a lock and key and like all kinds of craziness. So right now, I haven't ventured out to real cryptocurrency exchanges. I deal with the one through my stock account, but it's not a wallet. What I have is a representation of that cryptocurrency through them. However, it's insured through them, right?
Yeah.
But I don't have the same kind of access if I went through an exchange with a wallet. I believe there's probably higher fees than the one I'm paying for. But right now, because I'm not super crazy on crypto, I'm crazy about crypto stocks. I don't mind.
Yeah, I need to look more into crypto stocks and the blockchain stocks and things like that. I need to do my research though. I need to do more research.
Narita says $5 is the new dollar.
So true. So true. Yeah, the dollar is not worth much anymore, unfortunately.
No. So I've been having fun. I do a lot of research on cryptocurrency stocks, but I do a lot of research on Canadian cryptocurrency stocks that haven't hit the US market yet. So a lot of the stuff I post right now, I'm sorry, is a lot about the Canadian cryptocurrency stocks. But a lot of these stocks actually have an American ticker as well. They may not always be traded on the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange. They may be what's called an OTC or an over-the-counter stock, and not every platform gives you access to an OTC. But eventually, if they get there, they'll end up on the New York Stock Exchange, or they'll end up on the NASDAQ or anything like that.
I keep checking. Everyone you send, I'll check.
Yeah.
As soon as you send it, I'm checking. It doesn't matter what time it is. If I hear that beep or that notification on my phone,
yeah,
I'm opening it up, Robinhood or Webull, and I'm looking for it. And you're right. A lot of them aren't there, unfortunately, but that's okay.
But
because
the ones that the bot post should be there.
I mean, I'll have to look. I look at every single one, and it's a bunch of notifications every day. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so addicting. I love it. Every time I hear that, I just hear dollar signs when I hear that little notification bell.
So here's something interesting. So Soulbro says, next time you go to the supermarket, look at the 3 to 5 cent increases you didn't notice. Now, Rojas and I did a live stream on the Beyond the Streams channel 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I think it was live stream. Man, everything's a blur. Anyways, the topic was Target. And Target is changing your prices depending on your location and your city. So what somebody did was they put on their VPN and they changed between 4 different cities and got 4 different prices on toilet paper. So it's not even just about inflation. They're actually classing you depending on what city you're browsing from if you're doing online shopping. So sometimes it's good to have a VPN, switch between different cities and see which one gives you the best deal. I don't know.
It's insane. I got a question for you.
Yo.
Change of topic real quick, but I caught some of your stream yesterday with Rojas.
Oh yeah.
Is that Dreamcast rumor true?
I'm not sure. That was, you know what? That was actually a clip from a video we did last year. So I haven't followed up on that.
I looked for it yesterday. Yeah. And a lot of the articles I found were saying that it's not true.
Probably not.
And which is unfortunate because as soon as I saw you guys stream, I was like, oh, I love Dreamcast. I still have my Dreamcast, my original one downstairs in the closet.
Right.
And I was like, Dreamcast 2? I'm all in for that.
You know, we see every few years, there's rumors that come up, and there's actually now, because people are better at digital rendering, and we'll see Sega, we'll see Dreamcast, and they look dope as hell.
Yeah.
Because they're just digital renderings. People are getting bored. They're looking for things to create, and articles come out of this stuff. So that's why we do some of the stuff we say it's a rumor. We don't know if it's true or not.
Good idea, though. It would be such a good idea.
But we got, you know what? We got emulators. We got companies right now like Plex. I'm sure you've heard of Plex.
Yeah.
Right. So Plex has a $3 plan right now where you can play Atari games.
I'm a child of Atari games too. I grew up. I'll never forget the day my father came home with the original Atari. Never forget it. One of the best days ever. I think the next 17 years were just a blur. All video games. That's it.
Well, Atari's back now.
Yeah.
It's an interesting take on it. They built pretty much a PC, a Ryzen PC, and it has Atari games on it, but you can also do other things with it. So
what's the price on that?
I don't remember the price. It was a Kickstarter, and I actually have a video that we did with one of the CEOs from them. I think it was called Atari VCS. AtariVCS.com. Holy moly. I'm just put this here.
Yeah, Mike's seen those. Dreamcast was dope back in the day. Look at that thing. Wow. $400.
Yeah. How much is your childhood worth to you? This is what they want to know.
Man, I don't know if it's worth $400 to be honest with you. I don't know. Look at that joystick, man. It includes 100 games, 100 free Atari classic games. VCS 800. Man, I didn't think it would be that much. Install your own OS. So you can use it as a mini PC. That's cool, though.
Yeah. So there's that.
And you could upgrade the memory. You could DDR4 memory. You can upgrade. All right.
Oh, that's the wrong button. There we go. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not trying to promote people getting emulators, but there are services that are coming out. Like I just said, Plex, right? And Plex works on freaking anything. PlayStations, Roku's, Xboxes, computers, Fire Sticks, like phones, tablets, you name it. Plex works on that, right? It's got web-based clients, it's got actual applications. There's going to be more and more companies that are going to come out with streaming retro games. So does it make sense? I guess if you're a collector,
Yeah.
maybe it makes sense. I mean,
It's about buying the original. It's about buying the brand itself instead of buying somebody just emulating it. You see the comments in here. Did you play these consoles? The N60. He's got N64, ColecoVision.
my chat's not moving. This one here.
Yeah, and then the one underneath it.
I never
Coleco.
played that one. Never.
Yo,
played that.
ColecoVision was for rich kids growing up.
Okay,
We couldn't. Yeah, we couldn't afford a ColecoVision back in the day, but my cousins had a ColecoVision, and that thing was the coolest damn game. That and in television was good too back then. We could only afford Atari though, so we were like the cheap people.
I grew up with an Atari, but
Yeah.
not the game console.
Which one did you have?
I had a PC.
What'd you have? Like an
Atari.
emulator on PC?
Yeah, Atari made computers. People didn't know, and
I didn't know.
everything plugged into the keyboard.
Wow.
Right, we had the same joysticks, and it ran off the floppy disks.
Floppy.
Some games I had to switch out floppy disks. You know,
My first computer was a Tandy 1000.
Tandy 1000.
Tandy 1000. I bought it from a buddy of mine down the road and his desk just so I can play. There was a video game called Rogue. Do you know what that is?
It was a shooting game, wasn't it?
No, this was like this is way before shooting games came out. This was kind of like Snake. Remember that game Snake?
Yeah.
But this, you were just a little block and you were going through dungeons and you'd run into like goblins and trolls, but the goblin would just be a G, the letter G, and then the troll would be the letter T, and then you have to hit the space bar and an arrow key to fight them, and you'd earn rewards. And I was hooked on that game, man. I played that game for hours.
You know, I have to give respect to my Atari PC because that's where I learned how to play chess. I learned how to play chess because of Atari, and I didn't have anything else, so I sat there all day and I learned how to play chess.
That's cool though. Chess is a good game.
Speaking about collectibles, I don't know if you guys seen that I posted this on my Twitter, but I got GameStonk cards.
You told me about them.
So we got Bernie Sanders.
Oh my goodness. You need to go solo on this one. You need to let them see that up close.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Hold on, let me see. I should. Do I have another camera I can connect? No, I'm not gonna do that right now. Well, let's see. Hold on. Like that. All right.
Yeah.
So we got Bernie Sanders. So they usually come with two different names. So that's Big Screen Bernie, and then this one is Sanders Cinema. So you know all the memes going around about Bernie Sanders is actually put into a card. These are Garbage Pail Kids. So it's pretty cool when I see these come out. I don't know who this guy is. It says Atom Bomb, but I don't know who that is. It says Out of Business. I'm not sure who this guy is. And then it says Busted Billy. And then here's your Reddit Remy. And he's killing, I guess, the hedge fund guys. And then they gave him another name here called Stock Upton. Same thing. And then we got Elon Musk, and it says Electric Elon. And he's printing out that tweet where he says GameStonk, because that was a pretty famous tweet. And then this one here says, you Musk invest. Now, I don't know if you guys know who Chamath is, but Chamath is a billionaire who is also pumping the stocks, famous for being a Facebook exec and then making a lot of money off the stock market. He also has, I think, a platform called public, which you can also buy and sell stocks on. So there's another one there for him. Payday Paul. And then I believe this is 4chan, which is another thing like Reddit. Indestructible Ian. 4chan 500. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. Maybe one day it'll be a collectible, and who knows, it'll be worth something.
You never know, man. You never know.
Maybe I can set it up as an NFT and sell it.
Yeah, you probably could actually. You could probably sell it today as an NFT for like 10 grand. Those things are insane. I don't see the. I would never buy one.
I don't really understand them.
Yeah, I don't either. It's just digital art. That's it.
But what I think, now I probably don't understand it properly, but what I think is, for instance, the deal where Square bought Jay-Z's company Tidal, right? Now, Square is super bullish on cryptocurrency. I think that they bought Tidal to turn music into NFTs.
If they could, that'd be brilliant.
Right? So then we're coming from an age where Michael Jackson owned all the rights to the Beatles songs, right? To now your neighbor next door can own a song and have all the rights to it.
I don't think that would ever fly, though. How would that work if somebody else played the song, though?
I guess they would have to. I don't know how it would work. I honestly don't have the answers for that right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Like we can create right now. You seen all the the pixelated art, like the 8. What is it? People are selling like terrible art, like digital art right now for thousands and thousands of dollars.
That's true.
Like pixelated art, like little emojis or little something that they're selling for like $65,000.
Stupid cat, the pop cat thing.
They're making a killing off of it.
Yeah.
But you and I can create something like that and put it on, whatever site they're using to sell them and make money. Well,
it's big right now with the sports. So LeBron James just did one for $200,000, just a clip of him dunking on people.
Yep.
What's his guy's name? Jack Dorsey, who's the owner of Twitter. He did his first tweet for $2.5 million.
Yep.
It's insane. So even if we don't see the value, it's there somewhere.
Well, that's all that matters, is that somebody sees the value.
Right. We like a lot of people didn't see the value in cryptocurrency when it first came out. Now look where it is.
Man, I was one of them.
Yep.
I never thought it would take off.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. One thing that I do like about NFTs is that it is a permanent general ledger of all the hands that touched it, of ownership, right? Right now, let's say you buy the Mona Lisa, right? Who owned it 100 years ago? You got to do some serious research on that, right? But if you could pull up an NFT on the blockchain, you can see where it's been, who's owned it, I'm assuming how much they paid for it as well.
It's true, but does that put more value to it or take away from the value? Right? The fact that it's been used over and over again.
I think NFTs is an evolution of cryptocurrency to bring back a form of the bartering system. Because it's easier to move money, right? When we used to barter for things, we didn't technically move funds. We moved value.
Right.
So with cryptocurrency and NFTs being digital, we are moving value as well. Digitally, we are.
Yeah.
Who's
deciding on what that value is, though? I think it's a lot of it is just random. It's just what somebody's going to pay for it.
Demand.
Yeah.
Demand. I'm curious to see that GameStonk tweet in a few years, if that becomes an NFT for Elon Musk, and how much that goes for.
It's going to be a lot if it's about Elon Musk.
Davian's like, who cares who owned it? What matters is who owns it, in my opinion. It's true. It's true.
The problem is if it goes away. If it goes away and it loses value, you're stuck with something.
No, but what I want to say about this, though, is that to me and you, it doesn't matter who owned it. But to some people who value certain celebrities, certain figments of their imagination, oh, I have something that once belonged to Elon Musk, and those people see value in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah. I don't care. I could care less.
Right. So just people don't always think the same. And because of that, different things have different values.
You're right. You're not wrong. Wrong.
Oh, man. Okay. So I've been going for an hour and a half. I don't know. I'm thinking about jumping off here. What do you got going on for the rest of the evening, Digital?
I got a stream tonight, man. 10 o'clock.
What are you doing?
It's on Slangcast tonight, so it's just me and Lou chilling, talking about tech. I was going to do an unboxing of the my 3D printer that I bought, but it got delivered to the shop too late, and I was already gone. So unless I drive back to the shop, I'm not going to do it tonight. But I don't know. We're going to talk about tech. Talk about I don't know yet. I haven't even figured it out. I don't know what we're going to talk about it.
You playing Xbox tonight?
Hell yeah.
I might jump.
You're welcome to come on the stream too if you want.
I'll see what I'm doing tonight. I got a lot of clips to catch up on for the clips channel because I've been kind of all over the place, but I might join your stream. I'll see what's going on. But you know, I have to say I appreciate everybody who came out to the live stream. It is different from what people are used to on my channel. I am taking a different approach to things, so I appreciate you guys coming out. Appreciate the donations that happen both on YouTube and on PayPal. Appreciate Digital Slang joining me, giving his perspective, sharing his stories, and all that kind of good stuff. Digital, if you can do me a favor and share your Slangcast channel. Digital is streaming tonight at 10 p.m. So if you guys want to check him out and check out the content and the conversation and be a part of it, because he does do a lot better of a job of keeping up with the comments than I do. I'm just going to say, I get sidetracked. I go off rants and raves, but he does a very good job making sure that he reads every single comment and doesn't miss a beat.
Actually, that's what I love to do in my streams.
Yeah.
I just like to, I can't post comments in here, by the way.
Oh, hold on a second. Can you just say hi?
Hello?
No,
Hello?
on the, oh wait, you're not on YouTube.
No, I'm not on YouTube right now. I'm only on StreamYard. I don't even have my iPad up here to look on YouTube.
Literally just woke up, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I'm falling behind. I can go on to YouTube and find the stream though.
It's okay. Is it already created?
No.
Okay. I got you.
The channel is just youtube.com/slangcast. And then the other channel where we stream tomorrow night is youtube.com/digital slang.
All right. So there, I got it there. If you want to check it out, there's Slangcast there. All right. Let's see the last couple comments, and then we're going to call this an evening here. It says, Cyclone says, I love the new subjects. You're not pigeonholing yourself. I'm just saying whatever the hell's on my mind. That's
See
it.
that, bro? See that? That's what you want to hear. Man, like I said a minute ago, that's what I love to do on the streams, man. I love interacting with people. That's the whole point of a live stream, right?
Yeah.
Interact with everybody. I try and read every single comment.
All right. On that note, I hope you guys enjoy your evening. You guys stay safe. Be mindful of what you're doing. Stay honest and humble. Digital, you got any words for the people before we end this?
I like those words. I think those are good words to end it on. Stay honest and humble.
All right. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys next Friday. Make sure you check out the BS Clips channel as well as Beyond the Streams and the podcast, and we'll see you on another video.
Hey everybody, just before we get going, I wanted to say a huge thank you, much love and appreciation to everyone who supports what I do over here on NxtLvLTech. Make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button and share these videos with a family member and friend.